get going. Just gonna work with half space today. Actually, no, I am going to tidy my kitchen a bit. Just did a big rush of all the stuff that I've been putting off. Sorry for loudness. So let me just quickly do that. I need a pan for today. Oh. Need to reorganize my drawers. Absolute carnage. Is everything so wet? I swear, like, with everything before I start, and yet. These are still totally soaking. I just completely soaked my tea towel, so these guys can just stay on the edge here. And we shall proceed. We are going to do a fried tuna marinated in ginger. Not marinated in ginger, marinated in vinegar. Which, yes, I know, sounds very sus, but please do trust the process. It does work because it's well loved in Japan. So let me gather my ingredients. Some carrots to go in the marinade. Also an onion to go into the marinade. Just stay with me. You will just have to imagine where it all goes. Basically, we're done. I'll actually say that. All of our vinegar ingredients. Vinegar. And a bit of sugar, wherever my sugar is. I cannot see it. There. Sugar. And then a bit of soy. Oh, a bit of soy. Yeah. Nanban-zuke when I get around to it. I just realised my recipe was on my phone and my phone's filming, so let me grab my tablet. Because I've never made this before. I've eaten it a lot of times, but never have actually cooked it myself. So one moment as I figure this out. I'm just using a recipe I found online because I just like winging things like that. Give me a moment. Right. Recipe. That's gonna just chill right there while I figure things out. Right, we need a bowl for our fish. We are going to do a teaspoon of soy and sake for every 100 grams. I've got like 400 grams here, but I don't think I need that much. So I'll see. We shall go with the flow. So yeah, we've got mebachi tuna, which I think is big eye tuna. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Beaut. You'd think it was meat, but no, just good old tuna. So open this up. This is just off-cut tuna, so nice and, well, relatively cheap compared to proper sashimi grade. I mean, this is still fine to have raw as well, but I'm gonna cook it because I want to. So we have, I'm gonna just double the recipe first and see how we go. So I'm gonna do 2 teaspoons of sake and 2 teaspoons of soy sauce just to start, and then if we start looking like we're running out, then we can add some more. To be fair, I probably do need some more. Yeah, I can already tell it's not going to be enough. So. Should we just close the door? This is just to give everything a bit of flavor to start. I mean, this is pretty good. It's not like wet at all. I'm still gonna go like relatively singular pieces at a time, just so it gets well separated. These are like, they look quite uniform as well, considering they're meant to be offcuts, but very good uniform pieces, I feel. So in we go with our tuna into our soy and sake marinade. This is just going to chill out while I sort out the rest of what is on my chopstick. It's in the tuna now. While we sort out our vegetables and vinegaring potion, and then we'll come back to these guys. These guys will get corn floured, or in my case potato starch dusted, and then kind of I'm going to pan fry them. Usually you would do like a shallow fry or a deep fry. So this is normally made with horse mackerel in Japan. So you basically like have an entire whole horse mackerel, and you dust the whole thing in potato starch and fry it, and then marinate it in the vinegar. But today we are doing it with tuna because why not? The world is our oyster. But usually you do it with quite a, what we call blue fish. So it's makes it much more kind of palatable. I mean, I love the taste of I don't know what is like the actual English equivalent of bluefish. It's like, you know, things like horse mackerel, like mackerel, sardines. You know, what is that family of fish called? I don't know. Right, we are gonna go probably double portion. Maybe I will do triple as well. So we shall do two. Oh my god, my brain is failing me. I need to pull out the calculator. I will do a triple batch of the pickling juice as well, if I can find my calculator. So it wants 3/4 cup, so 2 1/4 cups. Cool. 2 1/4 cups of water, 3/4 cups of vinegar, tablespoon of sugar. Okay, so if I boil the kettle, that should be fairly straightforward. Basically, as long as the sugar melts, doesn't need to be very It doesn't need, the juice doesn't need cooking. Right, let me stop touching the tuna. I will carry on with our vegetables. I'm just going to put the tuna over here and then get a bowl. My big knife is buried in that situation over there, so I'm going to go ahead and use my little knife today. Bit over here and pile of stuff. Just going to do a nice little julienne on the carrots so they pickle nicely. And this needs to pickle basically overnight, so this will be my food for tomorrow. And then future me will thank me for having done all the cooking, because I was really not feeling up for cooking today, but I got myself up and here I am. Let's go. Right. Carrots be peeled, and this is gonna just to the end. I need to figure out a suitably large container for this, because I have a feeling that this isn't gonna be big enough. Because I don't think I have a bigger, like, sealable container than this. I'm gonna have to hope. Great. Things have just fallen off. I'll wash that again. So I have a feeling that that's gonna just basically take up the entire thing. We'll see. We'll see. Nice and thin, so it doesn't take up. It's gonna take up the exact same amount of space, whether it's thick or thin, but at least it will tessellate better. I don't want it too thin though, because I still want a good carroty bite. What I probably could have done is only done one carrot, but here we are. I like the carrot in this pickle because it's really delicious. You know, if we run out, we make some more. That is all we need to do. If we run out, then I just get another container and we just make some more pickle juice. That one drops a good one. These carrots are definitely taking up a lot of that container. I just heard the kettle go, so let me go rescue that. Want a cup and a quarter of this. 2 1/4 cups of this, which is like, yep. I just want to dissolve 2 tablespoons of sugar into that. Can't find my tablespoon measure, so I'm just going to use a regular dinner spoon. I do prefer my pickles on the sweeter side of things, so we shall adjust. Oh wait, but I'm going to make a mess, aren't I? the top of the bag isn't staying like open. It's just like closing up on itself. Oh, this is gonna, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Probably that is enough. Wow, great. Right, my tablet's turned off. I have no idea what I'm doing now. And then what? And then what, magical tablet? We want 2 tablespoons of soy. Did I do times 3 or times 2? I did times 3. Okay, I need another spoon of sugar. Can't read instructions. I'll wait. One, 2, 3, and I need 3/4 cups of vinegar, which is how much? More than this. What's 3/4 of? What's 3/4 of? How much is in a cup? 200 mils. Why am I doing this so difficult? I feel like I'm making this way more difficult for myself. 150 mil. Here we go. Nice. 150 mil. Now what are the chances that this will actually fit in this? Probably yes. I am living life on the edge. Oh, that's so close. Oh, I am so. Well, it kind of needs to all be in the same container so I can like taste it. How are we doing? This is probably going to be a bit hot. This hot? Needs more soy, for sure. I am really living life on the edge here. And it needs another bit of sugar as well. So, oh my god. Pray for me. Oh. This is so dangerous. I'm playing a dangerous game here. The thing is, I'm going to keep messing with this and I'm going to like go too far, aren't I? Whoa. I'm going to mess it up, aren't I? Pour the entire bag of sugar in. I gotta remember the tuna is a little bit already salted as well. That I do need to remember that. Better. I'm just gonna keep. Okay, I'm gonna cut the rest of the carrots before I keep messing with this. Let it settle a bit, I feel. I think the recipe called for a little more vinegar than the way I like to have it. So I might have to readjust for future renditions. Hello, is this harassment? Welcome to the stream, husbando. Tuna and pickling juice is happening. I'm gonna pan fry the tuna with a bit of a dusting of cornstarch, potato starch, and I'm gonna pickle it in this pickling juice. I'm cooking stuff that you wouldn't like because you're not here. Right. This is definitely going to require 2 containers, so I'm just going to preemptively pull out the other container. Exactly. So that looks like it's going to take roughly double. Very much. I'm really living life on the edge with this pickling solution, but it's still not quite right, so it does need a bit more. I will continue. I will continue until it tastes right. This spoon is now really hot because I used boiling water. The base. Oh, I thought that was going to overflow. Really living. I really need to transfer this to something else because I am going to mess up. Thank you. I'm glad you like them. Are they even showing up in the chat? Yeah, I think so. See you, bye. It's getting better. I think one more I will buy. Oh, I'm gonna so mess this up. Very generous. So, moral of the story, this particular guy likes their vinegar solution very vinegary, so don't do that next time. Start with like half the amount of vinegar and work your way up, or you're gonna end up having to add so much sugar to it. Because I like a sweeter pickle. How are we doing now? I think we're there. Maybe just one more. Right, I'm gonna stop there. Or else I will be messing up my entire kitchen because I will inevitably spill this. Right, last check. Beaut. Right, I'm gonna slowly scoop these guys out into the bowls until it's safe to pour. Right, more safe, a bit more. 1, 2. Right, I think we have escaped the danger zone. these orange things are carrots. I've just got some little carrots chopped up. I am doing kind of like a pickle. Well, it's like a quick pickle. So I've just finished making my juice. So this is hot water, sugar, vinegar, rice vinegar in my case, and soy sauce for salt. It still needs a bit more, I think, but for now I think it will be good. I am going to do 2 parts here, 2 parts here, because my containers aren't big enough. And the main is tuna. So this is just marinating in soy sauce. And I'm going to put some potato starch on these. Yes, I am Japanese, but I was born in Vietnam, and I lived in New Zealand, and I lived in UK and all sorts of different places. So my English is very mixed from everywhere. But yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Just gonna. Oh, this is hot. Okay, the hot glass. This is when I pick it up and then I drop it. It's gonna be absolutely hilarious for you guys to watch. Oh. Yeah, that will do. Right, so that's the pickling juice in there. I'm just gonna chop up some onions as well. So these I'm gonna cook as well after the tuna. So the tuna is going to get potato starched and then fried, and before going into the liquid. So yeah, it's a very Japanese dish, I feel. You usually do this with horse mackerel, as I explained before. Usually do it with more bluefish. I don't know what the actual English words for bluefish is, but in Japanese we call it bluefish. The kind of fishier fish is bluefish in Japanese. Yeah, so yeah, we're in Japan at the moment. My husband and I usually live in the UK, but we are here for a few years because my husband got a job here. So we're here for another year maybe, and then we will go back to the UK after. Hence I have a tiny kitchen because... Oh, interesting. Yeah, tuna is very common in Japan, as you can imagine. But yeah, this can be done with any fish, to be honest. The traditional way of this dish is horse mackerel, but I've seen it done with salmon. I've seen it done with like more white fish, like cod and stuff as well. I mean, people even do it with like chicken if people don't like. Yeah, it's so red, isn't it? Tuna is a very red fish. Obviously it goes kind of whitish, kind of like canned tuna when it's cooked, but when it's raw, it's actually a very red colored fish, which I think a lot of people are quite surprised about, because I think if you're not in Japan, you don't really eat raw tuna, so you don't really see the... Hi Miles! Isn't it like ridiculously early for you? You've actually joined me on a cooking stream today. I've got tuna. I know it looks like meat because it's so red, but promise me it's tuna. Big-eyed tuna, I think, in English. Miles might know this. You might know this. You're a cooking person. In Japanese, we call like mackerels and like sardines and like those sorts of fish bluefish. So like the more like super fishy fish. Like what is that in English? Is there an equivalent word of like the category of fish? Like in Japanese we call it bluefish. Like all the fish that are kind of like, you know, they're a bit shiny when they get fished up, because they're often quite fatty, but they're very fishy at the same time. I don't know if there's like an actual word for that, because like, you know, you have like white fish and you have your like salmons and trouts and stuff, which are like your pink ones. But yeah, usually it's a dish that's done with blue fish, but I'm doing it with tuna today because that's what was available to me at the supermarket. Right, we are done with our prep, so we are onwards with the cooking. Just to catch you up, yeah, gamey, but for fish, exactly that. We've just got our quick pickle juice and carrots over here. Once the tuna gets potato starched and fried off, it's going to go straight in there. The onions are going to go in after for a quick cook because I don't like raw pickled onion. I like to cook my onion. Some people do it raw, but I don't like it raw, so I am not. Let me find my potato starch. So yeah, it's a very Japanese dish. Yeah, I think the Japanese diet is very, well, first and foremost, it's very carbohydrate heavy. So there's a lot of rice, a lot of like noodles, for example. But yeah, people eat meat, definitely. Like, I would say, especially younger people eat more meat than older people. I think older people, I would say like 50% of their protein would be like fish, and then it'd be like 50% pork, chicken, beef, whatever. But I think younger people, it's like maybe like 75% meat, 25% fish. Like, I'd love to eat half and half fish and meat, but I just can't be bothered cooking fish all the time. Like, it's just, regular meat is just easier to cook with, I think, which is probably why younger people are kind of not cooking as much fish. You got all the little bones and like stuff, and it's not as like fashionable, if fashionable is a thing in cooking. But see, like stuff like tuna, I find much easier to cook because, you know, it's already kind of, the hard bit's done for you. But, you know, a lot of fish, especially in Japan, you get a lot of small fish. Yeah, I think so. I think it comes and goes, but I think he's enjoying it on the whole. Because obviously he has to be a little bit more thorough with his gaming, because, like, you know, he wants to watch all the dialogue. I want to watch all the dialogue and stuff in the games, so I'll be like, no, don't skip the dialogue, whereas he would just like skip through stuff. So he's doing good. He is a good gamer in general, so like, you know. So yeah. Right, we are going to go in with a bit of oil so we don't have absolute carnage in our pan. And we're going to get going. We're going to go fairly small batches because we want to get quite crispy tuna. This tuna is sashimi grade, so I don't actually need to cook it through very much, but it is very thin, so it's probably inevitably going to cook through. I think we're all fully coated, or a surface is coated somewhere at least. If I was being more thorough, I would have done like a proper panning station and like done individual pieces to coat, but I am not in the mood for that, so we are just going straight in. Yeah, for sure. But no, I think he's enjoying it. It's something for us to do together as well, which is always a nice little bonding experience. In my opinion, anything is a good bonding experience if you put your mind to it. So we have a little oilage. Wait for that to heat up a bit. Yeah. This is on like medium. I'm just waiting for I've got some like cornstarch on my chopsticks. I'm just waiting for it to start bubbling. It's starting to bubble. I kind of wanted to go like give it a good sizzle when we hit it. Miles, check out my new emotes. I've just uploaded my my little selection of chickadees for the free tier of our followers. Check them out. I streamed drawing them earlier today, and it was a lot of fun. Managed to get that. Why is the oil not hot? Come on. Please, I want to cook today. Yay, hello. Oh, so cute. I drew them, yeah. I did a stream earlier today drawing them. Because I really wanted my own set of... Oh, that's so disappointing. Sorry, I just put a piece of tuna down and it did not sizzle. So I'm just... Come on! And now it's going. I'm so impatient. I'm just like, come on, please. I just want to get through this. I am going to lay these down individually though, because I do want a proper crisp on them. Probably by the time I go do a circle of this slice of tuna, I can probably turn over the first slice. Is the fish expensive? Well, expensive is a relative term. This was just like 1,100 yen for 400 grams. So take that as you will as to how expensive that is. How much is yen? I don't know what currency you operate in, but if for US dollars, that's about maybe $7 US. Maybe for 400 grams of some nicely cut up tuna. Whether you find that expensive or reasonable is very much there's cheaper fish, like if you have like whole like fish that hasn't been cut up, because obviously this has been cut up, so that's gonna make it a little bit more expensive than if you were to buy it not. But no problem at all for the streaming stuff. It's a-okay. So I'm just gonna wash the starchy clumps off my chopsticks. Yeah, so like, you know, as you said, it's less expensive than some. So like nice, crispy, and we're literally gonna go straight into the pickle juice. You want to have it still sizzling when it goes in. That gives it a really lovely when it goes into the pickle. Cooked on this side. Oh, that's a big clump of. Give those a few more seconds. Yeah, so like, I mean, fish is always going to be super good in Japan. Just gonna take that off for a second so it's not going to burn my next batch. Just turn that off for uno momento. It's like pancakes, isn't it? Like your first batch of pancakes is always like, okay, you're good again. Maybe a little bit less this time. Going for round 2. Like you can get like sashimi grade salmon like in the whole fillet for a little, like a touch more expensive per per 100 grams. This is technically like offcuts, which is why it's a little bit cheaper as well. So yeah, yep, I'm disintegrating this piece. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing this until it's all done, and then I will cook off the onion a little bit, and I will chuck that into the pickle as well, and then we'll be finished. It's a very simple dish, all things considered. But yeah, in we go. Yeah. That was not quite cooked. I love my long chopsticks. It's my nice long cooking chopsticks. Yes. Well, I don't know a lot about sumo, but I know like normal knowledge about sumo. And yes, the big envelope at the end is money. So sumo is very much like a sponsor sport. I don't know if you know, at the very start of a match, they always walk around the like massive flags. They like walk around the ring with the massive flags, and those flags are all the sponsors for that match. And so basically the winning, if there's more flags, then there's more money in the match, basically. And generally in like a higher grade match, there will be more sponsors. And so usually in the higher tiers of sumo, every single match will have prize money, or if it's a tournament, then obviously you need to win at the end. But yeah, that's kind of how that works. So the big envelope at the end is money. Yeah, long chopsticks, great stuff. They throw salt before they fight. It's to cleanse. Sumo is a used to be like a religious ritual. It probably was for harvest, to be honest. To like wish for good harvest and good luck and whatever. So it's actually technically religious ceremony. It started as like a religious ceremony, to kind of almost like the sumo wrestlers are fighting for like the gods' entertainment, basically. Yeah. So yeah, but in Japan, like salt is very is sacred, basically. It's a cleansing item, cleansing thing. So like it's kind of like, because it's expensive, and also Japan is an island nation, so I think salt is a bit more commonly widely available. But yes, the meaning of the salt throwing is to kind of cleanse the match, and kind of make it like suitable for the fight that's about to happen, basically. But that's kind of about as much as I can give you about sumo knowledge, because I don't actually watch sumo. That's just kind of everything that just I know because I know about sumo. Yeah, my friend actually from the UK really likes sumo, and he's actually like actually watches the sumo, and he knows so much more than me, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, I only have like basic knowledge about sumo. We have some lovely, lovely sizzle going on. Oh, you have like no powder on you. I'm just applying some powder. Right, batch number 3. Almost there. Oh, you're a crispy boy, that one. But you know, I love my cooking chopsticks because it just gives you so much more control over everything. So like, I love my tongs as well. Tongs are great, but also like sometimes you find stuff like this. You just want a pair of good chopsticks. It does kind of require good chopstick skills, but I do enjoy my. And they also, they're wood, so like you can like stick it into stuff like without feeling too bad about it. Like deep fry with it. You can, you know, I feel like some silicone appliances, I'm like, I don't know if I want to make that too hot, you know. Yeah. I mean, you know, I would have thought you'd own some like chef tongs. Teeny tiny thin tongs. Like that's like next on my very niche kitchen tool I want to purchase list. Some little chef tongs. I feel like chef tongs are kind of like, I have chopsticks, I don't need chef tongs, but I'm like, but look at them, they're so dainty and cute. Just turn that off for a second. It's feeling a bit hot. I'm using avocado oil, so it doesn't, I don't need to worry too much about it getting too hot, but I feel like the pan is getting a little bit hot. My last little batch of tuna going in. Probably just half a pan's worth of tuna, but that's okay. Get that in. Voila. Voila. I've got a really like crumbly bit at the end. That might have to be a little tasting piece. There we go. Turn the heat back on. Generally, the people who are sitting the closest to the arena are like the coaches, so like the masters of the sumo. So they have the judges sitting in chairs. So they're the people in the chairs, and then they have like the people that sat low down, and those would be like, they're like basically they're coaches. They're like oyakata, and like people who are like part of the event. So they kind of know when to dodge and stuff. And then you have like your VIP seats, the next closest and stuff. You know, like any kind of sports thing, like, you know, you could be hit by a baseball if you are really unlucky, you know. I think everything comes with a bit of risk when you're watching it in a high intensity environment. Yeah. This is my little tasting pieces. They're too tiny and that's gonna kind of just fall apart in the... That's so good. Oh my god, that's so yum. I haven't even put it in the thing yet. It's gonna be good. There is that, but also I think part of your training is doing a lot of falling. When they train in the in their like stables, like it's like a lot of training is also falling training. So like because you're, you know, you shouldn't, because it's meant to be like a sacred sport, like you can't show pain and stuff. So like they definitely do a lot of falling training as well, and they do a lot of they're very flexible sumo wrestlers. They're like they have a lot of flexibility routines as part of their training. Like you think they're very big and would be quite like not flexible, but sumo wrestlers are often more flexible than a lot of other athletes because it's so important for them to be able to not hurt themselves when they fall and things. So they actually have a lot of flexibility. Because that is part of their training. I'm just gonna quickly cook off the onions a little bit. Normally these onions will often go in raw into the juice, but I don't like raw onion pickles, so I'm gonna cook it. Oh my god, it smells so good. Just good old onion cooking. Yum. Now, the question is, do I have enough pickle juice? Probably not. This is not gonna probably fill up the whole thing. Oh, maybe. We'll see. I mean, I think it's quite common knowledge. In for a Japanese person anyway. I think it's just one of those things you see if you talk to your grandparents about, oh my god, what's the sumo? Oh my god, I should probably not put my tablet right next to the heating element. Whoops. It's just one of those things. Like I think, like I don't know, like I have no idea about baseball. I couldn't tell you about baseball because none of my family watched baseball. But like I think the average American person could tell you about basketball or baseball if someone asked about it, you know? I feel like that's the kind of vibe. Like, it's just general knowledge, I think. And they're saying that the Japanese people are very into their... Hello! Welcome. America mentioned. I'm gonna do like a light cook on the runaway onion. Light cook on the onions just because maybe I will try and enjoy a little bit of the onioniness. I'm gonna go like... I'm going awfully close to my tablet. This is probably not a good idea. Oh. Why did I put the tablet right there? It's such a dumb place to put it. Oh. Boop, 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 boop. And voila. Now, am I going to risk it for a biscuit and actually mix everything together? Because at the moment it's all kind of just in layers. Maybe I'll just leave it in layers because I feel like if I try to kind of like mix it together, I'm going to mess up and it's going to... I forgot to put the chilies in! Damn. That's going to be... difficult. I don't want this to be too spicy. I really should have done... that's a lot. Oh, that's a lot. These chilies are like ridiculously spicy. No. Every time I'm thinking maybe a little bit more. It's never good. very spicy. I don't know about that. This is like not fun kind of spicy when you bite into it. Just smush that into the corner there. Let me taste that tiny bit. Maybe I will be okay. But then again, I always say that and then I regret it after. So I'm going to leave it. If I want it spicier later, I can add it later. I cannot take away the spice, but I can add the spice. So I shall leave it at that. I think I did pretty perfect with the pickling juice as well. It probably needs a little bit more on this side, but should be okay. Just gonna, maybe I'll like transfer a little bit. I have a handy dandy flat spoon, so I'm just gonna steal some juice from the other side to put it on this side just so it gets to kind of a similar level of submergedness. And there we go. That's all done. This is, yeah, it's super, oh my god, tablet. Super Japanese. It's called, in Japanese, it's called nanban-zuke. And I think it's, nanban, I think it's Cambodian. I think. Don't fact check me on that because that is completely out of my ass. But basically it's called nanban pickle. So usually it will be made with horse mackerel, like a whole horse mackerel, deep fried the same way, and then just shoved in kind of like a sweet pickling juice with raw carrots and onions is how it would normally be done. But I've done it with tuna today, with not raw onions. It'd be like a little side dish. It would be like a little pot of, you know, a bit of meat and a bit of fish and a bit of vegetables with a little bit of the juice as like a side plate. Japanese food often is very like lots of little pieces. But I will probably have this as a main meal, so I will probably just take out the vegetables and the carrots and the tuna as is. You'd usually serve it cold. It's quite a refreshing dish. And yeah. That's basically it. So yeah, usually this will be a side dish. It wouldn't usually be served as a main dish, but I really love this dish, so I could have this as a main dish. It's probably slightly strange taste for me. It's quite a, some people think it's like an old people's food because like not a lot of younger people like kind of cold pickled fish, but I quite like it. I think I'm not quite nailed the seasoning today. I feel like I followed the recipe a bit too blindly, so now it's a bit slightly irrecoverable, but that's okay. It's still really good. I think maybe I just need to, this is when I like ruin the whole thing by like messing with it too much. I'm just going to add a zhuzh of soy over top because I think just the acid is just a bit too much. I'm just going to, that will eventually make its way through. It's just a pickling liquid. I can work with it. The amount of spoons I've used today, I can work with it once it's done, and smush that a little bit through. And yeah, there's that. If that inspires you to give it a go, please do let me know. Yeah, I think it would be quite good. I think though, bao buns don't do well with like super cold fillings, because this is going to go in the fridge now and hang out overnight. This is not food for tonight. It is food for tomorrow because this needs a good soaking overnight. Well, I think a couple of hours will do it fine, but best overnight, and it will keep for like a week because it is technically a pickle. Yeah, that's me done for today. Thank you so much for joining, even though it was slightly different time to usual. Come back for more if you like. Thank you very much. I don't know when I'll be streaming next. I still haven't done my caramelized figs yet because I've been lazy, but maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I've got some fresh figs that I need to caramelize or turn into a jam or something before they go bad. So maybe I'll go find some nice cheese. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do some more because I've just done... Oh my god, sorry, I got hiccups. I've just done my set of follower emotes and I want to do a set of the sub emotes as well. So that will be my job for tomorrow. Thank you, Chilean Hot Dog, for joining the stream today as well. And I shall see you guys next time. Bye!